Hey, welcome back, folks, to the Ray program. John Bam Ransom back in the house. Hey there, John.
Hey, how are you, sir?
That's Steve Aldor's a pretty sharp dude, isn't he?
He is, man. And you know what? I mean, there is no bigger thing than to getting a mortgage on your house.
It's not so easy anymore. You need to have somebody help you navigate through the treacherous water.
It was hard before, but now we're in a situation where the regulators are making it even more difficult for people to borrow money.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize that mortgage is a financial tool.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say, we got to get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt. Well, yeah, if they're talking about credit card debt and so forth, I'll go along with that. The mortgage debt at 3.75%, by the time you deduct that interest, it's costing you about 2.75%. And when you think about a 30-year time period, it's kind of hard not to want to have one of these low interest rate loans locked in for a long, long time.
Well, and you think about when was the last time we saw interest rates at this level? It was in the 1950s. So,
well, I was just a babe and you weren't even born yet.
I don't think you were born yet.
I was, but we won't
talk about that.
Joining me on the show, though, us on the program, Sanjay Das. He is the President and Operations Supervisor of Always Best Care Senior Services. I love this company because what they do is the kind of things that I am really interested in, especially for my dad. And I'll tell you more about that story because we've moved on helping Father Big Papa Joe here in the recent 48 hours. But Sanjay, thank you for joining us on the program today. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me, Ray.
It's a pleasure. So it says here on your bio that you're passionate about nature, senior care, being healthy, and growing people. How do you grow people?
Well, you don't grow them physically, obviously. I was referring to enabling and empowering them to be bigger than where we are. Each of us are always looking for ways to challenge ourselves or to grow, and I just enjoy. I just really thrive off of watching people as they grow and kind of creating that environment for them to do that.
Hey, Sanjay, this is John Bam Ransom, and you know, one of the things that impresses me about your approach is that you seem to take kind of a holistic, total approach to senior care. Talk a little bit about what drove you to that.
Yeah, absolutely. My grandmom, she just turned 91 this April, and she's 24/7 care now. My mom takes care of her and cooks for her every meal, even though we have the caregivers at home. My father-in-law had live-in care, so somebody taking care of him, all the time as required. He went through lots of physical challenges. My father lived in something called a residential care home, which is, like a place where seniors go to, kind of living by themselves, 4 or 6 people. And so we've been on the other side where we needed help, and we needed people to take care of our own seniors. And one of the other complications was all of the younger people were not in town. So, like, for example, I'm thousands of miles away. So how
Sure.
to make it all work remotely? So that's really where a lot of it came from. And my grandmom, she was my best friend. When she was much younger, she created a community of women in the small town that she was living in at that point in time. It was just a blessing, and kind of I'm grateful for growing up that way and then facing these challenges in our own family. So when I look at senior care now, it's around understanding what's going on with them. It's not about, well, I can do this for you. Well, I don't even know what they want, if I don't take the time to understand and find the right solution for what they need rather than what I have to offer.
Kind of the same thing as financial planning. You got to know what it is that they need first.
You have to assess the situation,
exactly.
Create a need, and then solve the problem. Always Best Care is the company. AlwaysBestCare.com. 855-470-CARE is the number. 855-470-CARE. 2273. They're brought to us today by Answers for Elders, answersforelders.com. Dynamite company, my pal Diane Rosso, working that company very well. Sanjay, and looking through this, and I've spent a lot of time on this subject with not only people from your company, but in my own family situation, you kind of have to look at the surroundings, don't you? The hallways, you may need ramps, bathing facilities. What is it that you do to help get the house ready for potential home care?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You have to look at the overall scenario and the environment where somebody is living. And you already talked about some of those things, for example, the ramps and things. So what we're looking at is literally take it room by room as you're coming in from the outside or looking at it from inside out. What are certain things that need to be set up? So there are, the way I look at it, it kind of follows a certain Tony Robbins model is the physical body, our environment, and within the environment, each room. So the bedroom, does it need to get to it, do you need a stair lift, or do you need a relief mattress or pads, and etc. And then you talked about the ramp situation coming in and out of the house. There might need to be a ramp maybe between the living room and the dining room. Some people have a little like one step up or something like that. Like for example in the bathroom, just have lit floors so that and very ambiently lit so that at night it's not harsh, but you have that light just in case you wake up in the middle of the night and need to use the restroom, which is very normal and common. Keeping the carpeting, don't make sure that there is nothing loose out there. Area rugs are beautiful, but they might be a problem for some people. So things like that are really important things to look into. Having a walker inside the house, like for example, my grandmom hated it, but having a walker which helps them be stable as they're walking around in the house or even outside a little bit. Even if they feel that they're okay, using a cane is fine, but the cane is not necessarily the most stable thing. Mm-hmm. So things like that, and then there are motion sensor night lights. There's a lot of things that technology can do for you. It can make it safer, and then there's certain things obviously you can't do. So you're looking at things like that. Light switches, using dimmers. It may work for some people. It might not work for some people. So various things, yeah. So
let me ask you one quick question before we go, because this is good. You said you're using the Tony Robbins philosophy. You're not having these seniors run through Kohl's, are you?
I don't think I would ever be able to have anybody do that. No, I don't.
All right, just kidding. Bam, what do you think?
Well, I think it'd be hard to do with a walker.
Listen, I love what your company does. My father ended up with a really bad infection in his leg a couple of weeks ago, and he was home ridden for the last 2 weeks. It was driving him stir crazy. And because all of us kids rotate in, he still had about a 5-6 hour gap each day, needing someone to come in and just chat with him, keep him from going stir crazy. Talk about that.
Absolutely, and there are various ways of doing that. Having somebody as a companion to literally to speak to is a great thing. And one of the things that as I work with people, I notice everybody wants to share. They want to talk, but nobody wants to listen to them.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just listening, and as we get older, we have more to say and not enough people to listen to us. So the beauty part of it, having a good caregiver, is somebody who listens to you, and you have so much wisdom to share, and use that information to actually help back.
Hey,
so for example,
Sanjay, John Ransom, I mean, one of the things also strikes me is that you use technology in a very innovative way. I mean, we live in a time where technology can be deployed for lots of different things, and you're using it to help the quality of life for some of these seniors, are you not?
Absolutely. It's a key thing that we can use. There's something called My Wisdom. Sorry, you had a question out there, or
well, no, I just talk a little bit more about that. Yes.
Yeah, we got about 30 seconds.
Okay, so there is something called My Wisdom Link. There are similar products out there or services out there. What it is, it's in my mind, it's like a private Facebook. So as we get older, we have so much to share. Like my grandmom, she wrote a book. Not everybody can write a book or wants to write a book. So and in today's world with technology, you can have this thing called My Wisdom Link, where you can share your experiences and history and pictures and articles that you write or have written, and you can invite some people who can help you. So you can do this yourself, or you can have somebody like you talked about your father, having a companion. So the companion can come and do some of the technology things for them.
Fantastic.
Write some stuff for them.
I
So
love
it's a
it.
beautiful technology to use where it's actually working for you, not forcing you to do something that you don't want to do.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Sanjay.
Sanjay,
Appreciate
we
it.
do appreciate it. Sanjay Das, alwaysbestcare.com, 855-470-CARE, 855-470-CARE, brought to you today by AnswersForElders.com. We'll take a quick break, come back with your email questions, so don't go away. The Ray Lucia Show.